Alright folks, listen up. For the next little while, I'm going to turn you into someone an identity thief would have nightmares about. A total anti-fraud pro. Seriously though, there's no surefire way to completely stop identity theft, although you can check out the video description to see the best way to get protected. With tech and AI getting smarter, so are the thieves. Our goal? To make stealing your stuff a real pain in the neck. In this video, I'm going to lay out the 6 most common oopsies people make that end up biting them in the back. These are the blunders that make you an easy target. The missteps that open the door to fraudsters. Ready to learn how to bolt that door shut? Then stick around. $43 billion. Nope, not Elon's Twitter shopping bill. That's what 40 million adults in the US lost to identity theft in just 2022. It's a staggering number, right? Yep, identity theft is the quickest growing crime in the US. It's a shadowy threat that can sneak up on you, and before you know it, you've been hit. And it can completely wipe you out financially, leaving your bank account completely empty. It can wreck your credit, and it can even land you in jail in some cases. That's a triad of troubles that you don't want knocking at your door. So let's make sure you and your family don't end up as a part of those grim statistics. Stick with me till the end, and I'll share some tricks of the trade that only we folks in the identity theft protection biz know about. And I'll share something super wacky that one of my extra cautious buddies did to keep their identity safe. It's a strategy so out there, it might just be genius. Ready to dive into the world of identity theft protection? Let's do it. Mistake number 1, being lazy with passwords. They're the keys to your digital world. Would you use the same key for your house, your car, and your office? Of course not. And yet, did you know that Mr. Facebook himself, Mark Zuckerberg, was hacked once? Guess why? He was using the same password for both his Twitter and his Pinterest. And the password was, wait for it, ... No joke. And this is the same guy who went viral for putting a sticker over his laptop camera. I'm not saying that it's a bad idea, it's just be consistent, man. So rule number 1, don't pull a Zuckerberg. Don't be lazy with your passwords. Treat each one like a unique key and make sure it's complex enough to keep the door locked. Even if websites don't nag you, use a mix of numbers, letters, and symbols, the works. And don't stick to the same password you've had since high school. And most importantly, make it long. The harder it is to crack, the safer you are. And I get it, it's a pain to remember, but that's where password managers come in. Apple and Google have them built right into your devices. They're like your digital keychain, holding all your passwords securely. And lastly, switch on 2-factor authentication. Everywhere, I mean it. It's like a lock for the lock. Next up, oversharing on the web. It's like giving an architectural digest-style guided tour of your house to potential thieves, pointing out all the valuables. So that's where I keep all my diamonds, and please don't zoom in on that drawer because my millions of dollars of collectibles are so messy right now. Do you have any buddies who put their birthdays in their Instagram bios or share their cat's pictures with its full Christian name? Yeah, that's a goldmine for identity thieves. They lap that stuff up like free ice cream. Last year, over 1 million Instagram accounts got hacked. Besides the embarrassment, it could even cost you friends or even a crush. You don't want to be known as the guy who got his entire social circle hacked, right? Pro tip, lie when setting up your security questions. Your cat's name may be all over Instagram, but if your answers are made up, then the hackers are out of luck. Just make sure to remember your fibs. If that's too much, consider a web monitoring service. They're like your digital bodyguard, keeping watch on your personal info on the internet and giving you a heads up if something's not looking right. And let's talk documents. Scanned copies on your phone or cloud might be handy, but they're risky. Use a vault instead. Vaults are like a digital safe, keeping your sensitive documents secure. And of course, keep the real stuff like your social security card, your passport, and your birth certificate safe at home. And never toss out bank statements or medical records without shredding them first. Treat them like top secret CIA files, destroying them before they can fall into the wrong hands. Mistake number 3, crumbling under pressure. Ever heard of phishing scams? They're fake emails or texts pretending to be legit, like wolves in sheep's clothing. Never click on links or attachments from unknown senders. It's like opening the door to a stranger. You never know what they might do. My golden rule, if a caller claims they're from a company or a bank and they try to rush me into doing something, I just hang up. It's crazy how even the smartest people could completely forget to use their brains when they're pressured. It's a neat trick. The pressure is the distraction while they pick your pocket. Side note, if some random number texts you out of the blue saying, hey, it's been a while since we talked, or even simply, hey, it's almost certainly garbage, report that as junk and delete it. And if you get an email you have even the slightest tinge of distrust, take a look at the email address. If it's legit, it should be coming from something like support@twitter.com, not support@tweetmarketing.com, and definitely not josephalen3829@gmail.com, another telltale sign of phishing. Mistake number 4, snoozing software updates. I've hit remind me later more times than I care to admit, but these updates have crucial security patches. Technology is ever evolving, and hackers and fraudsters are too, so these updates are the tech companies trying to protect you. So let them fortify your defenses. Keep your OS, browser, and antivirus up to date. What I do is turn on automatic updates on all my devices and schedule them for nighttime, so my work doesn't get interrupted and all my devices take care of themselves. Mistake number 5, not checking bank statements. Don't just file away your credit card statements. They're not just pieces of paper. They're like CCTV footage of your finances. CCTV footage. They're like CCTV footage. Spend time each month to check each charge. Anything phishing? Call your bank ASAP, no matter how small the charge. Pro tip, the FTC gives you a free credit report each year from all 3 major bureaus. Check these out for weird stuff too. And bonus tip, a credit and transaction monitoring service can save you the headache. They keep track of it all, in real time, like Aura, the identity theft protection service I use. Mistake number 6, using public Wi-Fi. It's nice to work from cute little coffee shops and use their Wi-Fi, or when you're waiting for that delayed Delta flight, you can use the airport Wi-Fi to catch up on your Netflix shows. But here's the nasty thing about public Wi-Fi. They are the public toilets of the internet. You never know what might be lurking. So I'd advise some caution here. I know mobile data is expensive, so when you use public or unsecure Wi-Fi, make sure that you're not logging into financial websites or apps, or use a VPN. Seriously, they're affordable and effective. And a lot of times you're already paying for one as part of a service that you have and you might not even know it. Once you have these 6 things covered, you're already safer than most. But is that it? Are you doing all that you can to be a fraudster's worst enemy? Not quite. Here are some super tips from me and my gang of identity theft protection nerds. Number 1, freeze your credit. If you aren't looking to apply for a new credit line anytime soon, just freeze your credit. This locks up your credit report, making it super tough for thieves to start new accounts in your name. Many credit monitoring services offer credit freezes, or even a simple lock that you can turn on and off with the click of a button. So it might be handy to get one of those. Number 2, swap your debit for a credit card. Fun fact, credit cards give you better fraud protection than debit cards. If your card details are swiped, credit card companies usually cover you. But if it's your debit card, the cash is gone in a flash. Think about using a virtual credit card too. It's a temp credit card number for online shopping, separate from your real card number. So even if it's stolen, your finances are still safe. My credit card company even allows me to make specific virtual cards for each online store. It's a little bit of a hassle, but if that card ever goes down, I'll know exactly how it was compromised, and I won't have to update the number everywhere else. Number 3, go paperless. If helping the planet isn't reason enough to go paperless, I hope keeping your identity safe is. This removes the risk of your info getting nabbed from your mail. Also, keep an eye on your mailbox. If you're out of town for a bit, ask a trusted friend or a neighbor to grab your mail, or get a vacation hold from your post office. Number 4, watch for tax identity theft. And to protect yourself from tax identity theft, which is when someone files a fake tax return in your name, just file your taxes ASAP. You can also get a tax pin from the IRS these days as an added layer of protection. Have you done that yet? Number 5, chuck electronics the right way. Spring cleaning might make you want to ditch those old Blackberries and iPhones, but be careful. Make sure you've wiped them clean of all your personal info. This applies to computers, Apple TVs, Amazon Echoes, you name it. Don't throw those away without a wipe. Finally, watch out for skimming devices. These are gadgets stuck on ATMs or card readers to steal your card info and PIN. You need to be super careful when you swipe or insert your card. If the card slot or PIN pad looks dodgy or clunky, steer clear. So, now that you're clued up on preventing identity theft and have some nifty insider tips, let me introduce you to my friend Tim. Well, that's obviously not his real name. Anyway, Tim's paranoid to the max, and he has this wacky but weirdly effective strategy for protecting his identity. He's gone and made up a whole new persona with unique email address, phone number, and even a physical address via a P.O. box. Now, don't get it twisted. This made-up persona isn't for tricking folks or doing shady stuff. Tim might be a bit odd, but he's a stand-up guy. He uses this new identity when he has to hand over personal info, but it's not really necessary, like signing up for a grocery store rewards program, entering raffles, or anytime you might end up on a mailing list. That way, even if his info gets swiped, his real precious data stays safe. If this seems a bit out there, and don't get me wrong, I adore Tim, but even I agree, it is out there, do what I do instead. Sign up for 7 identity theft protection services. Nah, I'm messing with you. You only need one. Something that covers all the bases, like personal info monitoring on the web, including the dark web, credit monitoring with transaction alerts, a password manager, and a credit freeze. Although I've used 7 for review purposes, I trust Aura for my family. Pretty wallet friendly, and it handles most of the stuff we've chatted about on its own without you needing to lift a finger. And remember, the harder you make it for thieves, the less likely they are to target you. I mean, yeah, they might still try, but they're gonna think twice, and they're gonna prefer easy targets. Make sure to check the video description to see the best way to get protected, and I do have a discount for Aura down there right now. Catch you later, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, stay savvy, and keep that identity locked down.